What did you feel like when you lost your hair? How much did it cost?
I had 3,000 follicles removed.
What advice do you have to men that are going bald? Ladies and gentlemen, this is my best mate, Matthew. He went bald and then got a hair transplant. So firstly, I'm just going to tell him about the black pill so he knows what all you lot are on about. Right, the black pill believes if you go bald, you do not have a chance with women anymore. Like, you may as well just go and be alone for the rest of your life.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, it sounds like a load of bullshit, doesn't it?
Well, we can know because you went bald. So what happened?
I mean, I had a hair transplant, not for women. I was in a relationship at the time. So it was more for me and for my own self-esteem, really, more than anything else. Yeah,
so what did you feel like when you lost your hair?
Well, I think having a good mane, it's like a lion, aren't we? So this is my,
Did you feel like what's the word? Emasculated.
Emasculated. So if you start losing your hair, I guess it's a sign of aging, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a sign of high testosterone as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's a chemical called DHT, which I think is to do with test, and that attacks the follicles in your hair and you go bald. So that's why I wanted to. I mean, I've been thinking about it for about 10 years. And
you had it at uni, didn't you? You were using that stuff. Do you think that stuff works?
Yeah, so minoxidil. So you apply that. It's like Regain, but not the actual. That product's a rip-off. I just get the non-branded version, but. You apply that to your hair every night, and it's greasy and it's horrible. I mean, it does work. The trouble is... It does
work?
Yeah, I mean, it 100% does work, but if you stop using it, it will revert back to what it was.
So you're addicted to it for life?
Yeah, you have to use it for life for it to work, and I'm not really a fan of that idea, so I've actually stopped using it, and there has been quite a lot of thinning since I stopped.
Oh, has there?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful to me, mate. You've got a mane. Right.
Well, it's there, but it's just thinning on the crown again slightly. But
you can get it done again, can't you?
I could get it done again. There's a limit to how many times you can have it done, because obviously they take from the donor area around the back, so they can't over-harvest that.
Yeah, we'll get more into that in a second. But firstly, I want to ask you, specifically from before you got your wife and your kids now, not your wife, your fiance.
Yeah.
When you were losing your hair, did you find that it was harder to get girls or not?
No, not at all.
Not even, just not one bit?
Not one bit, no.
Any of them have a remark on it?
I had one remark at uni, but it wasn't from a girl, it was from a lad.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing, like, it's more lads looking down on you.
It's probably more of an issue between men than it is with women. I mean, my baldness wasn't at the point really where it was, I don't know if it was massively obvious unless I put my head down or...
I didn't think it was.
Or it got wet.
I don't know, it did get reasonably, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it receding on the temples, and then obviously the top was getting really bad on the crown. So. Yeah,
that was the worst. Have you got some photos of it?
I have, yeah.
Can I throw them up?
Yeah. What, do you want to put them up on this?
Not now, but when I edit this.
Yeah. I'll give you them. Yeah, throw them up.
Right. So this is what it was like.
Yeah.
That caused him to get the hair transplant. But now I want to talk to you about the actual hair transplant.
Yeah.
So how did that go down? Where did you go? How much was it?
Yeah, so I priced it up, various different clinics. I looked at the UK. There's a place called Turkey that does them fairly cheaply. So I went there to Istanbul. It was an all-in package. They pick you up from the airport in like a luxury SUV. They take you to a hotel. You stay there, you have food. Then in the morning, someone will come and collect you, and then they'll go and do the procedure. It was a long procedure because I had 3,000 follicles removed, extracted, and then implanted in the different areas. So it was about a 9-hour procedure.
9 hours, and how much did it cost?
It cost €2,000.
€2,000, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, is it worth that money?
I mean,
If you could go back in time,
yeah.
undo it, would you? And get them back?
No, I don't think I would, because I
wouldn't?
think, yeah, it's a huge confidence boost, and
Yeah.
I think it's money well spent. I think in the UK it's a complete rip-off. I would advise anyone to go abroad, and as long as you do your research, the technicians and the doctors across there are bang on.
Yeah, because they can get dodgy ones, can't they? Like, how many of them are there? Just what are they doing? Ruining people's entire heads.
I looked on the good Facebook groups you can go on, and you can get loads of different reviews of people who have been and make an informed decision. But I went with someone called Dr. Gurr, who was bang on.
Right. So, say someone is going bald.
Yeah.
Would you advise them to get it if it's going to make them feel better?
I mean, there are other things.
Or should they just deal with it?
Yeah, well, I would get it if it's going to make you feel a lot better, definitely. I don't see why not. It hurts a little bit, it's quite sore for a bit, but once you've healed and it's all coming through, it's great, it's not an issue. But there is something you can take. There's a pill you can take called Propecia, but it can have some side effects.
What does that do?
It can sort of interfere with your testosterone a little bit, I think, and you can get some certain sides, because I never wanted to do that, but that apparently just does stop it in its tracks. Oh,
it stops it so it won't regrow it, though?
I think it does, actually, yeah.
Does it?
And then you've got...
I don't know if I'm having a little bit of...
Yeah.
Issues.
I've got a friend who's just started taking this medication, but it's not for me. They try and get you on that when you obviously have the transplant, and then they say, look, you need to start taking this medication as well, but I didn't.
They're like separate things. Like, you could just take that and you would...
Yeah, you can. It's called Finasteride, that's it, yeah.
Finasteride. I'm going to actually look into this now.
Yeah.
Would it grow back? Obviously, my hair isn't as thick as it was. Would I get more volume?
I reckon you'd see a difference. And then if you started dosing minoxidil on there as well, topically,
yeah,
it's a big difference. Yeah,
I might do it as an experiment for a YouTube video.
You could do before and after.
Yeah, right.
Because it's not always a case that you need to have a transplant. I mean, in a lot of cases, you can just hit it with meds first, you know.
What if you can't afford it? What do you advise those men to do?
Shave it all off.
Shave it all off, yeah.
I might do that in the future anyway.
I know, you used to have that, didn't you, actually, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you've got a strong facial hair, just shave it all off. Like, that's what I'll be doing.
They're all going to moan because you've got a fucking Chad jaw. That they'll all look like mongs or whatever.
Possibly. I don't know, but I think it's definitely something worth doing. You know, like, if I thought about it for so long, it'd be better. I should just have done it as soon as I thought about it.
Yeah, because it's just massively helped you, hasn't it?
Right. It gives you such a huge boost, you know, confidence-wise, and just your appearance is an important thing.
It is important, mate, yeah, but the point of this channel is, like, it's not, you can't, how can I explain it? If you don't look great, right, it doesn't mean you just can't get women.
Oh, no.
Because I got 4 out of 10, you've seen the video. And you know I've had women.
You have had women.
Yes. Right, mate, thank you very much for coming on. Just before you leave, what advice do you have to men that are going bald? Because you've obviously been there.
Well, obviously, if it's creating a problem for you and you're feeling like it's affecting self-esteem, I would start taking vitamin. I would start applying topical minoxidil. And also, you could potentially look at getting a transplant in the near future, but I wouldn't immediately go for that as the knee-jerk reaction straight to a transplant, because you can look at other things first, and there's also Finasteride that you can add in before getting a transplant to stabilise it. But ultimately, if it's something you want to do and it makes a difference to your life, I would go for it.
Yes, right, okay. Thank you very much, mate, for coming on. I know you don't have much time.
No worries.
Peace out. And we'll have to do this again sometime.
Absolutely.